passage for today, John 3:2. He came to Jesus at night and said, "Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher who has come from God." When you hear the names Jesus, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Most people think Lord, Son, Spirit. Certainly those are all apt titles, but they weren't the most popular during his time on earth. The title he received more than ever, any other by far, was Rabbi, which means teacher. So that's our passage for now. I just want you to mull it over. We'll go over it in our devotional time at the end. Let's start with a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, I just lift up your name. Lord, I pray that you would keep our bodies safe from any and all injuries. Lord, that you would pour out your blessings upon us, show us your favor, and then just be present here with us as we take this time to work on our bodies in conjunction with connecting with you. Ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, we shall get started. All you're going to need today, you're going to want a chair of some sort or a bench. We're just doing tricep dips. If you don't have one nearby, feel free. You can use the floor. It's just a little bit less intense because you're going from a shorter distance. And then weights. That's it. So, without further ado, let's go. All right. Step touch here for me. Like my new gloves. I'm getting some mad calluses on my hands, so I thought it was time to bust out these gloves that I bought like 2 months ago. All right. Crisscross those arms. Excellent. Big smiles all around. I'm so grateful you're here. I'm glad you took time to work on you today. All right, we're going to step and reach. Get a nice little torso twist in there. I want you drawing in that transverse abdominal. So that's that inner abdominal, inner core. Excellent. All right, pull it back. You can add a little leg lift with it if you want. Great job. Open that chest nice and wide, so really pull those elbows back. We want to get that chest nice and ready for all we're going to throw at it. All right, we're going to come here. Take those arms up and down. You're just swinging those arms. Loosening up that shoulder joint. All right, we're going to swing them together. Bring it up. Sweep it down. Swing it up. Sweep it down. Excellent. Woo! If you need to slow down that swing, you sure can if that bothers you going up and down like that. All right. We're going to reach up and up. Tap it down toward the ground. You can come just to here. You don't have to go all the way down. All right, we're gonna go swimming here. Look at that shoulder some mobility going on here. Great job. Woo! Going for a swim. Don't mind if I do. Reverse. Backstroke here. Before we do anything with that shoulder, we want to make sure it's good and loose. This is a place lots of injuries happen. Not on our watch, though. All right. Big circles. Go ahead, reverse. Excellent. All right, I'm going to have you come to the edge of your mat. We're going to walk our hands out, top of your mat. Come down to those knees. Take those arms a little bit wider than shoulder distance. 3 push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Push it up to a plank and then walk those hands back to the feet. Roll it up. Give those shoulders a little bit of a roll here at the top. Excellent. Walk it back on down. All right, this time take those elbows narrow. Tricep push-ups. Those elbows will just graze your side. One more here. All right, push it up to a plank. I want you to reach forward. Reach forward. A couple here. All right, walk those hands back to the feet. Woo. Roll those shoulders, we're gonna push it up. Maybe while you're at it, you wanna add a little step touch. Why not? Get a little bouncy with it. All right, from here we're gonna pull it down wide. I don't know if you can hear me through the background around me with my tongue. All right, roll those shoulders. We're gonna start our first move down on the ground. We're gonna do hands narrow, narrow press, skull crush. I'll show you on the mat. Grab a weight, get down there. You can opt to do 2 weights or alternate. I'm gonna do 2 weights. All right, come down to the mat. Ooh, we got 40 seconds here. Palms facing in. Drop those elbows down beside you. Reach it up. You're gonna tip the elbows. Weight's gonna come towards the forehead. Straight up. Drop those elbows down. Push it up. Forehead. Up. Down. Up. Bend. Up. Got it? We're targeting those triceps here. It's a good time to check in with that core. Check that it's not only tucked in, but it's braced. Quick rest. All right, for this one, you're gonna just slow it down a little bit. You can decide if that weight felt a little too easy, you can go up a little bit. All right, here we go. Nice and slow. Little pause at the top. Slowly lower down to the forehead. Little pause. Lift it up nice and slow. Drop it down. Push it up. Little pause. Bend those elbows nice and slow. Hold it here. Bring it up. Drop those elbows down. Keep going. Push it up. Bend those elbows. Pause. Lift it up. Drop it down. Woo. Push it up. Bend those elbows. And rest. All right, for this next one, it's going to be 3 pulses here, 3 pulses here. So 3 pulses, narrow, 3 pulses, and that skull crusher. Here we go. So it's 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Woo! I don't know about you, but I'm feeling this already. Woo! Glad I didn't go with my heaviest weight. 15s are plenty heavy. Oh boy. Woo! 10 seconds left. Push here. I know it's probably burning by now. Woo! Rest. All right. We're going to a chest fly next. You're going to be laying down on the mat. Palms are going to be facing in. You're going to open it wide. Squeeze it together. These gloves are a little bit too big on me. So if you're feeling pretty confident in the weights that you have, you can stick with them. I'm going to try my heavier guys. See how it goes. If it doesn't go well, I can always switch, right? All right. Start with those palms facing in. There you go. Open it wide. Slight bend in that elbow. Make sure you're not locking out that joint. Woo! Pulling it straight up. Squeezing that chest at the top. Excellent. Woo! I want this to be a challenge here. I'd rather you take your time and do less reps, but use a weight that's more challenging for you right now. Woo! And again, not everyone has a huge assortment of weights, so use what you've got. Woo! Rest. All right, 2 options here. Option that I'm going to take, we're going to hold it out wide and we're going to hold it here isometrically, hovering above the ground. Or if you need to, you can just move through it real slow. Here we go. You're going to lower it down to the base level. Yep, this is hard. Hold it here. Woo. And hey, if it gets to be too tough, bring it back up for a second and come back down. Woo! You got this though. Only 10 more seconds. Keep breathing through it. Check in with that core. Bring that belly button in towards the spine. Woo! If you need to move through it, you can. Wrist. All right. For the last set, I am dropping down with my weight because I am going to add that pulse in. If at any point you decide, you know what, pulses aren't for me, take them out. You're gonna bring it down. 3, 2, 1, squeeze it up. 3, 2, 1, squeeze it up. If you really want to, you can stay down at the base level and just pulse. I'm choosing here to do 3 pulses with a lift to center. I like adding in that little squeeze here as you pull it in. But that's totally up to you. If you'd rather work it just out here. Whew. Rest. I don't know if you caught that at the end, but my arm was like not moving the way it should have been moving. All right, we got kickbacks coming next at you. So you can come down to a kneeling position if that's more comfortable for you. Otherwise, you're gonna come over, hinge it forward, bend those knees, bring the elbows up, and kick it back. So that elbow just goes from bent to straight. That's it. Pretty simple. Not easy, but simple. There's a very big difference. All right, let's do this. Whew. Taking it back. So here's a good time. Check in with your body. Make sure that the chest is lifted, almost kind of puffed out like you'd imagine a superhero would stand, or how you would stand if you're super proud. Check in with that core. Make sure that belly button is pulled in towards the spine. I want you to brace that core. Imagine I could just fly through the screen at any moment. Give you a little gut punch. Rest. You never know. I might be crazy like that. I don't have the technology yet, but you never know. I could have it one day. Whew. All right, we're going to hold it here. Holding it down. Hold it isometrically. Every few seconds, I want you to just lift it up. That's it, like a teeny tiny half inch. Otherwise, those knees are bent. Every few seconds, I just want you to lift it up a teeny tiny bit. Otherwise, you're just holding stable. I just know after a few seconds, you're gonna drop it down a little bit. I want you to bring it back up. Woo! Doing awesome. Yes, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, do me a favor. Take that out. Get that blood flowing back to your fingertips. We're gonna pulse it here. All right, here we go. Pulses. Woo! My family's probably wondering why there isn't music blasting today. Normally when I teach, I try and pick up the sound of the background music with my little microphone here. But today I'm playing it directly through the computer. Woo! It doesn't need to be like decibel levels that are breaking my eardrums. Bonus. Come on, keep pulsing. I know it's burning. That lactic acid is building up. Woo! Excellent. Great job. All right. Chest press is next. So whatever you use for that chest fly, I'd use that same weight. Difference is, palms are facing away from you. They come down, goal post, straighten up tall. You get a barbell, you're welcome to use that for this move. I like my free weights more. Decided that recently. Doesn't mean you have to. Whew. All right, so we're gonna push our low back into the mat. All right, here we go. I get my weights up. That is the tricky part. Goal post, push straight up. Goal post, push it up. Now, if you have a bench like they do at the gym, you can feel free to lay down on the bench and then your elbows will tap down towards the bench, but it definitely works just the same on the floor. Gonna tap your arms down on the mat, push it up.
Rest.
All right, quick rest. All right, this next one, two options again. Option to just move through it slowly, or you're just about to hit the mat, but you hold it just about an inch above and hold it there. Option one, I just want you to count to 4 or 5 and come up super slow, or isometric hold down at the bottom, holding it here. If you're holding, make sure you're not also holding your breath. I need you to draw that air in, draw that belly button in. Woo! Your chest might be burning crazy. You're not sure how you're going to keep those weights from falling down. Woo. Rest! Woo! If that sounded like you, then you're just like me. I wasn't sure how I was going to keep them up in the air anymore. All right, I'm going to lower to a lighter weight for these pulses. Here we go. So it's 3, 2, and up. Or come wide into that goal post and just pulse it here. Remember, those palms are facing away from you. Bringing it down to the floor in that goal post. 3 pulses and push up. Or keep it down and pulse the entire time. Totally your call. Whatever you feel is more challenging to you today. Whatever's going to give you the best results. Or just what your body's feeling today. Woo. All right. Next move, we have tricep dips. So we're going to grab our chair for this one. Unless you don't have a chair available, in which case you're just going to do these on the ground. Keep my little handy dandy folding chair with me. I'm going to kind of turn it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to come onto the edge of your chair. You're just going to lower your hips down and up, bending those elbows, straightening in at the top. All right, here we go. Down and up. Give me an exhale when you push it up. Inhale, exhale. Muscles are really working when you push it on up. We're isolating those triceps here today. Woo. weren't sure where they were before this. That muscle burning on your arm right now. Whew. These never get too easy for you. Throw a leg up. Rest. Or you can throw a weight on your hips. And just add more weight for your arms. You have to push up and down. Next move, we're going to hold it down, isometric hold. Here we go. Hold it here. Woo! It burns so good. All right, I want you to tell yourself right now, it burns so good. Not, ugh, this sucks, but it burns so good. Sometimes you gotta just trick your mind into thinking that the sucky things are really the fun things. This is that fun thing. Your mind just doesn't know yet. Your mind has to catch up with your body. Keep holding. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, do me a favor. Give those arms a little shake. Let the blood come back to your fingertips. All right. Pulses. All right, you got two options. You either hold it down and pulse, or you can give me a 3, 2, 1, up. Either way is fine with me. As long as you're moving, I'm happy. Woo! This is what I don't want. All right, keep going. Pulses. You get a pulse, and you get a pulse. We all get pulses. Woo! The crowd goes wild. Woo! 2, 1, rest. Woo! Take it out. Get that blood flowing. Whew. All right, get ready because we got push-ups. This is the one move, I don't know, for the rest of my life, apparently it's just going to be hard. No matter how many push-up challenges I do, I just seem to still struggle with these. So remember, hands go wider than shoulder distance, pulling it back and up. You can be on the knees or up on the toes. Try and do a couple on the toes if you can. Here we go. After you try a few, if it's just not working out, feel free, you can come down to those knees. Even on my knees, these are tough today. We work those chest and arms hard already. Don't feel bad if this feels extra hard. Keep going though. Never surrender. Never give up. Rest. Woo! That was great. Excellent. All right. We're going to hold isometrically for the next one. Feel free. If at any point it gets to be too much, move through it one and then come back down and hold. Here we go. Use your toes. Up to you. I'm cheering you on. I know you got this. You can do these hard things. You are strong. You are brave. You are more than a conqueror. Our bodies are capable of so many things, but it's just getting past that mental barrier that says we can't. I'm telling you now, you can. 2, 1. Woo! Maybe you want to stretch out those shoulders, those arms a little bit here. Feel free. We're gonna go pulses. Remember, you can do 3 and up, or just hold the pulses. Remember, it's up and down, little 1 inch up and down. You can be here, or 3, 2, 1, up. Totally your call. Who's on their toes? Woo! I can barely do them on my knees today. What's going on with me? Woo.
That's okay. Some days are going to be like that. Some days your body is going to not respond the way you're hoping it would. You keep fighting through. Rest. Woo! Great job. All right. So this next one, you're going to want to grab a light weight. So I'm going to start with a 5. We'll see, I might drop back down to the 2.5. What we're going to do, you're going to come into a plank position for this first one. You're going to lift it forward, side, back. So it's a front raise, side raise, back. Your elbow will remain straight for this entire thing, and you're holding a plank. If that gets to be too much holding that plank, you have the option to come onto all fours and change your position that way. You can, though, come up to that plank. All you have is heavy weights. Feel free to grab a bottle of water and just lift that, or just do body weight. We're working that shoulder here, that rotator cuff. 2. Rest. All right. We're going to switch over other arm for the next round. 2, 1, here we go. Other side, front, side, back. Now remember, that arm is straight. It's just like when we do front raises, side raises. Only difference is you're either in a plank or a tabletop position. Keep breathing here too. This one's tough, especially holding that plank. Rest. Whew. All right, for the last round, either come to your knees or stand it up. Take both weights at once. Side raise, front raise. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul. That took my breath away. Those feet are about hip distance apart. Only lifting those weights about shoulder height. Keep breathing here. Woo. I know your shoulders are feeling it by now. 10 more seconds here. Hello, shoulders. Whew. And rest. All right, we got Zotman curls next. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. Feet are hip distance apart. You take those shoulders up, back, down. Underhand grip with your weights. You're gonna curl it up to the chest height. Flip those palms. Curl it down. Flip, curl, flip. All right? Whew, get ready. Try and stabilize those arms. Pull it up. Flip. Try not to recruit your shoulders too much. Get all in that bicep. Pull it up. Flip. Curl it down. Flip. If this ever bothers you in any way, you can always stick to just a regular bicep curl. Make sure we're not hunching forward at all. Rest. And make sure those weights start to get too heavy and you start pulling up with the shoulders. Maybe drop down to something a little bit lighter.
3, 2.
All right, same thing.
Isometric.
Bring it up. We're going to just go just a teeny bit like slower here. Really controlled. Your arms are going to want to drop on the way down. You've got to tell them, nope, I'm taking this controlled. I'm making those biceps lift and lower. So we still want those biceps working during that extension part of the motion.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
And rest. All right. Last one. We're gonna move through this one a little bit quicker. If you want, you can pulse, flip, down, pulse, flip, down. Now, if that's not something that you want to do, just move through it how we've been doing it. You can take that pulse out if it's not something you're comfortable doing today, or maybe those weights are just getting a little too heavy for you. Maybe your face looks about as cute as mine does right now. I know. The faces that I make. Whew. I keep hoping one of these days. Whew. Rest. It'll just feel so easy, and I can do these with like no weird faces, but that day has not yet come. All right, we got reverse flies. So we just worked the front of the arm. We did the back of the arm, front of the body for the first 6 moves. Now we're doing the front of the arm, back of the body. So we've got reverse flies. So you're gonna hinge it forward, bend those knees, bend those elbows as you squeeze those shoulder blades together. That's what I really want you to focus on. Drawing those shoulder blades up and back. Pulling them together. I'm gonna turn to the side here. Maybe even show the back. Watch those shoulder blades as they come together and squeeze up. I want you to exhale on that lift. Draw that navel in. So through this entire motion, think of there being a string on your spine. You're pulling that belly button in. Pull that string to pull that belly button in. All right, slow it down as much as you can. This tends to be sort of a jerky motion. I want you to try and hold it up. Maybe you have to jerk it up to get it up there. But then hold for a second before you drop it down. Hinge it forward. I don't know why I just stood up like that. Whew. And maybe you can't handle that hold. Maybe your weights are really heavy. It's okay. Just go through it in that regular time frame. Rest. As you can see, that was a struggle for me to keep it up there. So if it was a struggle for you, we're all in the struggle bus together. All right? All right. If you want to try and pulse it for 3, you can, or keep that regular motion. I do recommend, if you're adding that pulse, maybe go down on your weight just a teeny bit. Oh, see, I'll show you if I went down a little bit. It's a little bit easier. This is only 2 pounds difference, so not a huge help. Keep going here.
3, 2, 1.
Whew, rest. Excellent. All right. We're going to go down a little bit lighter on the weights. Whew. I'm going to start with my 8s. See how they feel. You may want to go a little lighter. We are going lift it up and back down. For the second round, we're going to add a rotation, but for this first round, it's just going to come up and back down. So it's just like that side raise we did, but we're cutting that lever length in half. Lift it up and down. And I'm hinging forward. I'm not way hinged forward here, just a little. Make sure those knees are not locked out. Drive that belly button in. Brace that core. Your arms are coming up like a goalpost here. You're gonna feel this in those rear deltoids. Woo! You're doing awesome.
3,
2, 1. Excellent. Rest. All right. Round 2. We're gonna raise it up, rotate, bring it down, bring it in. I might go just a little later on this one.
1.
Here we go.
Isometric.
Open, rotate, down, in. Open, rotate, down, in. If that bothers your shoulder at all, you can always take that little rotation out and just stick with those rear delt flies. Whew. Looking good. Hang in there. 10 more seconds.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. All right. For this last round, it's going to be open, up, pulse, in, rotate, pulse.
2, 1.
All right, here we go. Open, 3 pulses. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down, bring it in. Rotate up. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Excellent, just like that. Like you're raising the roof. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. Woo! Excellent. Keep going with me here. Woo! You're doing awesome. Rest. All right. We've got hammer curls next. Whatever weight you were using for the first set of those Zotman curls, you can use that same weight. All right. Feet are gonna go hip distance apart. Shoulders up, back, down. Brace that core. Palms are gonna face in. You're gonna curl it up, curl it down. Nice and controlled. All right. Here we go. Woo! Trying to isolate those biceps here. So try not to recruit your back or your shoulders. So lift these weights up and down. You find that you really just can't manage it, that you just do it no matter what, you can always, well, I had a ball, actually. You can rest your arms on the ball
3,
and isolate.
1.
Rest. I'll show you guys that another time. I thought maybe I could do it with my legs, but it was too awkward. I can't. All right, we're gonna slow it down. So like we're moving through mud here.
Isometric.
Or snow. Ugh. Whoever put out those little things saying that we were in false spring was totally right. Can't believe the snow all finally melts and then bam, back in like a few seconds. You're doing great. Woo! How are those biceps feeling? Kira, you are rocking it. Looking good. Yes. Woo. 5 more seconds. 2.
1.
Rest. Woo. All right. Now you get to go grab your shaker weight, right? We're gonna shake it here. Really, we're pulsing, but way more fun to pretend we've got our shaker weight, right? Woo! I totally could have my own infomercial for these. For just $19.95, you too could have your own set of shaker weights. Your friends will be so envious of how cool you look with these weights in your hands. Woo! And those biceps that'll be just bulging. Woo! From these amazing shaker weights. Woo! Come on. Pulse it. You got it. 2, 1. Woo! We made it. Woo! Shake it out. Woo! Totally gonna start my own commercial. All right. We got standing rows next. So if you want to go a little bit heavier for these, you can. You don't have to. You just can. We're going to do rows, palms facing in. I want you to hinge forward, bend those knees. Remember, you're hinging forward, but those shoulders are still back. You're going to row it up and back down. I really want you to feel this in the back side of the body, especially those lats. Whew, these are crazy heavy. We got this though. Woo! Keep going with me. I really want you to focus on pulling that elbow up and back, feeling that lat here, elongating, and then tightening up. Rest. Woo! All right. We are going to hold the next one. Hold it up like you're holding your suitcase up. So I want you to hinge forward, pulling it back. Just feel that back of yours engaged right now. If that bothers you at all, you're more than welcome to move through it. Draw that belly button in, make sure that chest is pushed out. Woo. Long over. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Rest. All right. All right, we're going to alternate, but I want you to grab your heaviest weight. You're still going to hold them both, but you're going to alternate arms for this last round. Hold up. Turn to the side. You really have to focus on core stability here. As we're rotating. Or we're doing one arm at a time, I mean. Woo! 10 more seconds. Pull that elbow back. Rest. Whew. Like grip strength. Take full that. All right. This next one, I'm just going to give you a couple options because this is one a lot of people get wrong and it's super important to get it right. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to pull it upright row, or if you'd like a little bit more, we're going to do a clean and press. So come here, flip, elbows down, push it up, bring it down, flip, push it down. When you come up here, I want you to sit it down, use those legs to push it up overhead. Flip those elbows, push it down, chest tight, get under it, push it up. The main point here is to keep those weights hugging your body. Try not to let them push out in front of you. So what I see is this, and that is really going to tweak your shoulder. So you kind of to like imagine like you're pulling a sweaty tank top off. Sweaty tank top that's like a size too small, extra tight. That's how tight I want your hands into your body. Even here. Check out those elbows. Use those legs. Push it up overhead. It's a great movement. Uses a lot of the body. Use those legs to push it up. Breath. All right. Remember, if you're not sure about that flip, you just come to an upright row, pull it back down. But if you're brave, give me that full push. You need to slow it down. Make sure you get that form right. Check it out. I'm bending my knees, pushing up, bending it to catch, flip, bend, push, bend, pull down. Exhale, push, exhale. Rest. Excellent. Whew. All right. We're on to our last set of moves before we hit core. We just have cross-body bicep curls. So much like the hammer curl, your palms are going to be facing in. You're going to tap that opposite corner of your chest. Whew. Dropping down to my 12s. I don't even think I can handle my 50s right now. Whew. Let's see, I want to go down to 10s. All right, here we go. Shoulders up, back and down. Keep that chest lifted. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Feet are hip distance apart. Core is engaged. Get ready for that sucker punch. Never actually punch people in class, but I do threaten it a lot. Don't worry. I would only pretend to punch you. Rest. That is how braced I want it though. That moment you're expecting that impact, that's how braced that core should be. All right, here we go. Slow it down a little bit. No momentum at all. Nice, slow, and controlled. Exhale on that contraction. Inhale for the release. Make sure it's still slow and controlled. Up and down. Gravity would love to do the work for you, but it won't help you build muscle. Woo, rest. All right, we get to shake it a little bit one more time. I promise I won't do my infomercial again. But little pulses, 3 pulses, down. 3 pulses, down. Here we go. Woo! Yes.
Disturbance and attention.
Give me a woo. Woo! I'll pretend I can hear you. Yes, come on. We're almost to that finish line. Keep those shoulders back. You're gonna want to come forward a little bit. You gotta push them back. Woo! Come on. You got 10 more seconds. You can do anything for 10 seconds. Rest! You made it. You're a rock star. Alright. We've got core. Which means we're coming down to the mat. Move 2 or move 1. Plank. Shoulder taps. Whew. You're not quite done with your arms yet. Second move, we got pelvic tilts. We're going to go into a reverse crunch, to a C crunch, boat pose, and we end in a bicycle crunch. So come down to your mat when you're ready. You can be on your elbows or your wrists, just as long as you're tapping your shoulders. If you need to though, you can always take the tap out and just hold your plank. Do me a favor though, try and get those hips to stay stabilized even when you lift that hand. So our tendency is going to be to do this. Try and keep it stabilized and move, not let those hips move open. It's challenging, you might have to slow down a little bit. Try and keep them squared. Woo! Rest. Whew. All right, pelvic tilts are next. So we're working those transverse abdominals. All you're doing is taking your pelvic bone, tilting it up. So looking at me, you might not even be able to tell I'm doing anything. And my hips are just tilting up and back down. I'm really not leaving the ground. You should feel it right through here. This is a great way to work those deep core muscles, ones that often get ignored when everyone's working their six-pack muscles. But these ones are just as, if not more, important. All right, we got reverse crunch. So now we're gonna work those lower abdominals. We're gonna crunch it up, tap it down. Here we go. Crunch. Sure those hips are coming up off the mat. You should feel this in those lower abdominals. We're all, at least my fat likes to hang out post-baby. Didn't really have that problem before then. Whew. Keep crunching. Wow, you're doing great. Rest. All right, C crunch. All that means we're crunching the top and the bottom together. All of your body crunches up, pops it down. You ever want to make this one harder? And elongate, crunch it in. If this is hard enough, leave it here. Want to exhale from the crunch, inhale on the release. Come on, 10 more seconds, you got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew. Boat pose is next. You're gonna sit back on those sit bones. Option to hold the back of the thighs. A little bit more advanced. Just straighten out the legs. You're gonna reach those arms out to the side. We're gonna lift them up overhead. Try and keep that work in the core and not the hip flexors. You know, easier said than done. Try to release the engagement in the legs And keep it right here. All right, 10 more seconds. We got this. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Excellent. We got one last. Ooh. Sorry, my throat is so dry. Bicycle crunches. Hands come behind the head. Up double, opposite knee. You can take this nice and slow, or you can speed it up if you want to get a little cardio in. Either way, make sure you're getting that full twist in. Occasionally I see this where it's just barely any twist. I'd rather you go nice and slow and fully twist. Try to get that elbow to the outside of the knees. 10 more seconds. Come on. Almost there. This is for the finish. 2, 1. Woo! We made it. Excellent job. We're going to cool it down. I want you to pull one arm across. Stretch out that shoulder. Woo!
I am just like out of breath.
Go ahead, switch other arm.
I got a little sweat angel going on over here. Very cute.
You did an excellent job tonight. Super proud of you. I don't know about you, but I feel a little jello-y in my arms. Hold down on that elbow. Stretch out that tricep here. Keep holding. I'm gonna try and finish out that devotional during our stretch. Go ahead, switch arms here. There we go. All right. As a sign of respect, his apostles addressed him this way, as Rabbi, which certainly was not uncommon for that day. However, fast forward 2,000 years, and it's still applicable for us. I want you to take your hands on your knees and just round your back, tuck the chin, and just hang out here. After all, everywhere he went, he taught in such a way that we were still learning from him. However, while most teachers have certain strengths, Jesus had no weaknesses. Wouldn't that be nice if we had no weaknesses? He was equally powerful, whether he was teaching by word, by deed, or by example. All right, take those hands, clasp them together behind the back, push out that chest, and then if it feels okay, can hinge it forward, pulling those arms up. If it doesn't feel okay, just keep it here, pushing out the chest. First, when you study the words rabbi used, you quickly come to realize that he was a master wordsmith. His words were chosen with purpose. They were relatable. For instance, when talking about fishermen, Rabbi said he'd make them fishers of men. Matthew 4:19. All right, I want you to come into a child's pose position. So take your knees wide, sit it back, and then I just want you to drop your head and then just kind of take your fingers and walk them forward until you feel a stretch through your shoulders and upper back. You just hang out here. Just go as far forward as feels like a teeny bit uncomfortable, but not like you're tweaking anything there either. His words were challenging, as when Rabbi tells the disciples to love their enemies and do good for them. Certainly, the Rabbi's parables were profound. Some go on to brand the heart for generations untold, as with the parable of the prodigal son. All right, we're going to come back to a tabletop position. It's going to take one arm, thread the needle through, drop the shoulder down, and just rest here. Feeling a nice stretch. You should really feel it through the backside of the body, as well as the shoulder. However, as they say, talk is cheap. Rabbi's words would have been hollow had they been not supported by his deeds. Of course, this was not the case. In fact, his deeds magnified the truth of his words, and vice versa. Wherever he went, Rabbi had compassion. Go ahead, switch, other arm, thread the needle through, drop that shoulder down. You can drop the forehead down too if that feels okay. If it doesn't, you can always keep it up. I just rest it here. This compassion resulted in attending to the physical needs of the people by miracles of healing, feeding, and resurrections. Go ahead, release. I'm going to take the hands, clasp them behind the head, and just push out the chest here for the last few seconds. Excellent. Go ahead, release. So if you'd like to stay for the rest of the reading, feel free. You can lay down on your mat. You can sit cross-legged, whatever is comfortable for you. And just kind of rest, just sinking in the words. Like the moon, we have no light source of our own. On our own, we do no good thing. We have no good thing. We are solely dependent on the sun as our source of light. However, when we seek to reflect the sun, Jesus in us, working through us, he lights the way for others. He illuminates the darkness. He shines into the hearts and makes them glow. As you go through this journey, you will make some significant strides. You will be diligent with your nutrition and exercise. You'll prioritize your sleep and be refreshed from your rest. You will get noticeably more fit as you enjoy the benefits of a healthy life. You will also inadvertently inspire others. When they bring this to your attention, the challenge is to find a way to reflect this back to God. Oh man, I'm reading the wrong page. Rabbi's compassion also resulted in more teaching. For instance, we read in Mark 6:34, when Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them, because they were like sheep without a shepherd. So he began teaching them many things. Notice his compassion came first. It led him to begin teaching and eventually multiplying the fish and bread. Teaching was the deed that magnified the truth of Rabbi's compassion. Rabbi spoke perfectly and acted perfectly by doing. He set the perfect example for us to follow. Sometimes his example was impactful, not because of what he said or did. It was because of what he didn't say or do. For instance, when Mary joins Jesus at her brother's tomb, John 11:35 tells us that Jesus wept. He didn't tell her everything was going to be okay, though it was. He didn't set out to fix the situation, though it got fixed. He chose to empathize with Mary first. In so doing, he demonstrates that he can commiserate with our every emotion, even while he can mend every situation. Rabbi teaches us that sometimes our loved ones just need to be listened to and understood. We also see this principle played out in John 8. A woman caught in adultery, sentenced to be stoned, was first brought to Jesus. Yet rather than doing the expected, Rabbi did nothing. Rabbi withheld condemnation. He teaches us the unproductive nature of judging others. We again learn from the Rabbi by what he didn't do. Then in the most perfect of all teaching moments, by word, deed, and example, Rabbi took our place on the cross. Rather than ruling by might, he serves in grace. All in one single act, he educated us on benevolence, humility, love, and sacrifice. Over the course of this journey, if we are open, listening, and malleable, we will not stop learning from Rabbi. There is no end to the wisdom that can be found in his words. Even today, his words are the words of his Father, are alive and active. Even at this very moment, we can be trained in righteousness. We can be equipped for every good work, thanks to the life of Rabbi. Change, however, only happens if we let it. Knowledge is only helpful if we apply it.
True spiritual growth only occurs if we allow Rabbi's words to penetrate and let the Holy Spirit work within us. When we permit these principles to shape our lives, we pave the way for Him to shape our fitness. Consider adding Rabbi to the list of names you'd give Jesus. After all, in the history of everything that has ever been, no teacher can impact your heart, mind, and will as Rabbi can. Father, thank you for giving us Rabbi, the perfect teacher. Will you forgive me when I don't listen to what he's trying to teach me? Please keep enlightening his words in my heart and mind. Give me a willing spirit to put them into practice. Amen. Excellent. Thanks so much for joining today, and I'm so glad you were able to stick around. We'll just close out in prayer real quick here. Heavenly Father, I just lift up your name. Lord, I pray blessing on each and every person who has taken the time to focus on themselves and onto you. And Lord, I just pray that they would be a light going forward today, that they would shine your brightness into this dark, dark world. I ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your night or whatever time this workout's getting done. I will hopefully speak to you soon.